Hey everyone, it's Michael here at Home Health Success Academy, and welcome to another one of our video series where we show and share with you guys things that you need to make sure that you have in place in order, right? So that you can actually get into the real stuff, the most important stuff. These things that we share with you, just something like this, for example, about having the wrong email name. These things right here can cause certain things that's gonna prevent you from getting referrals. And so we want to be able to share with you guys several information about making sure that your email is not the wrong kind of email so that it's easier for people to contact you, because that's what we want to be able to do. We want to make everything possible for your potential referral sources, for the people you're reaching out to. We want to make it simple for them to get a hold of you and not make any mistakes by looking at your email or by taking your email the wrong way. So let's go ahead and get started with this particular presentation. So in this presentation, this quick presentation by Home Health Success Academy, and also brought to you guys by 10xpatientreferrals.com, we want to be able to help you guys choose the right email. How to find out, did you make a wrong decision or did you make a right decision in choosing the email that you have? Are you using the wrong email service? Are you using the right email service? And what is the best email decision to do for you as a person working in an organization? So let's go ahead and get started. First things first, let's talk about the old email providers, right? So when I prospect out there, of course, I target and I direct and I go after agencies like yourself, home health agencies, home care companies, and hospice agencies. And when I try to, do research about your organization, what happened is I started noticing a familiar trend. And, so we're starting to see a lot of people in our industry are still, using old email providers. And the reason why is we have that nostalgia that we've been using this email right here, this email service, and I don't want to get rid of it, or I don't want to get a new email because that's just another thing for me to check. Okay, so what I'm seeing a lot is I still see a lot of people using AOL.com, for example, as an email provider. If you're using Yahoo, for example, then guess what? You're still using an old email provider. Are they still valid and useful email services? Of course they are. Are there robust information in there that you can use? Of course. Okay, but here's the thing. We need to be able to be practicing currently. What's current at this moment? And how can you actually, use another email service, right? That's another waste of your day to look into that. But when it comes to business, business is business and personal is personal. So I do have my own personal email address. Okay, this is where I direct all of the things, from day-to-day lives. But I want to separate my business from my personal life. And how do I do that? Well, I separate the emails, because how I respond to people when it comes to my personal email is different from how I respond to people when it comes to my business email, right? So if you're still using American Online, hey, just to let you guys know, I still have an American Online email, but that's what I call my junk email now. It's my first email that I've used. I've used it since 1996, actually. No, hold on, 1995 to be exact, actually. So if you're using an AOL account, what's funny is I actually had somebody tell me this the other day, and that's why I came up with this video, is that we were talking about it, and this gentleman said, somebody made this comment to me and said that they know that I'm about 45 years of age or older because I still have an AOL account. So, if you still have an AOL account, I will say that you're somewhere around 40 and up as a person if you still have that type of email provider. And I still remember I had to pay a monthly payment fee, a service fee, to use an AOL account, where nowadays most email accounts are for free, right? Even AOL is for free now. So if you still have a Yahoo, an American Online, an Earthlink, a Hotmail, those are still what we call and consider old email providers. Now, there's MobileMe, for example, so .me or Mac.com. These are also emails that are current right now, but at the same time as you don't want to use them as an email provider when it comes to business. And you want to be able to start trying to transition yourself outside these particular email providers. Another thing is using your internet or your phone provider's email service. So, if you're using Comcast or Xfinity, you probably have a Comcast or Xfinity email address that you were able to open up with them. That's the only way you can actually use the online services that they have, if you use the email that they give you. If you're using SBC, Charter Communications, AT&T, Time Warner, or Cox Cable, for example, we try to tell people, do not use these emails as your not even personal, actually, and especially not for business. And the reason for that is you're stuck with that particular company. What if all of a sudden, Cox Communication decides to jump and leave your area? This happened actually in New York, for example, right? So what's going to happen is, what happens to that email of yours? What if all of a sudden you want to get away from SBC Global as using them as your phone provider, and you want to move up and start using Comcast? Well, you have your email that you've been using for SBC, and then all of a sudden you're going to have problems with that. And so using the emails that you get because you open up an account with these internet or phone providers or cable providers, we always try to tell people, do not use that for your business email. So you can't say, carehomehealth at Xfinity.com, because when you leave Xfinity, you won't be able to use that email no more. And so you want to be able to try to prevent this or having these small problems from occurring from you guys, okay? So if you're going to use a separate email provider compared to what you should have traditionally, which is actually, your email name at your company's website address. Okay, so your company should actually provide you an email address. Okay, and if you're, let's say, a company, we're going to talk about email addresses for your company a little bit later on. But if you are going to use a free email provider, we always suggest use Gmail. This is by Google. Okay, and the reason for that is there's a lot of things that you can actually add on to your Gmail, like additional services, especially if you're using a Chrome web server. If you're using a Chromebook, there's a lot of things that you guys can actually do. And Gmail nowadays works with a lot of different online memberships, and it's just easier for you to be able to use that. And also, if you use your Gmail account, and if you've been using a Gmail account, that they'll filter things automatically for you. If there are certain promotions, if they see that it's spam, they have a really nice setup for that. So if you are going to have to use a Gmail account, then I would suggest, making sure that you keep on watching this video as we talk about what type of name you should be using for your Gmail account. And so as a company, you should definitely be providing your employees with their own email accounts so that all the information can be there. And also branding happens, because if I email somebody with my, let's say name at carehomehealth.com, for example, if I use that email, guess what's going to happen? They have a way to be able to view my website right away because they see my email automatically. Now, so what is your email right now? I want you to think about what email you're using right now. So let's talk about some of the mistakes that we're seeing that people have been making when they're choosing their email accounts. Okay, so let's go ahead and discuss this about right now. So pretty much let's talk about old emails. So we see this a lot. So Funny Bunny, I've seen that. Miss Pretty, What's Cooking at AOL.com, or Funny Bunny at Yahoo.com. So all these little cool names that we thought of when we made our email first, that should never ever be used as a personal email with business, okay? Because the last thing you want is somebody seeing that email and they're going to start having thoughts about you as a person, right? Now, we should not be negative with people, but this is something we need to understand that we shouldn't do that. As a person who have interviewed thousands of people myself, whenever I see somebody, submitting a resume and that's the email that they have, it starts making me wonder about that particular person and allows me to be able to look more further into them and ask certain questions. So, another thing that people make mistakes on when it comes to their emails is I've seen this as well, where they have the underscore. They want to put reliable underscore home underscore health at whatever the website is. First of all, that is a long email name, and you should keep it very, very short and simple, okay? And at the same time, as by looking at that, it's so hard. If somebody says, hey, what's your email? And I say, it's reliable underscore home underscore health at gmail.com. That is very, very long right there alone. And guess what, guys? Not everybody knows what an underscore is. Okay? Or let's say, for example, care underscore H underscore H underscore C at, I'm not going to say the email provider name because this is actually a real email that I had received from somebody. So once again, too many underscores. And a lot of the reasons why people put underscores is because they can't get the care HHC at that website. So they decide to make it easier for them because they still want that. So care underscore H underscore C. So you want to be able to make it simple, prevent from adding these underscores or additional certain things that's going to make your website, your email hard to be able to give to somebody by phone. It should be easily, transcribed by you mentioning it to a person. Now, let's talk about what should be your chosen handle. So typically, if you're just going to have one email for a company, right? So first of all, the correct email will be your company's website. Okay? So if you're going to create a email for your company, make sure if you're going to use one email, make it info at your company's website. So for example, for mine, info at homehealthsuccessacademy.com. All right? I've seen also the first dot last, okay, where whoever a person's first name dot their last name at the company's website. That's good to be able to make it easy to give everybody an email, but the problem that can come up with that is you may have an employee who has a really long name or a difficult name to be able to be spelled, and so if everyone's email is going to be done that way, then it's going to be problematic for several of your employees that comes in who has a difficult name. And if it's a difficult name to be able to pronounce, a difficult name to be able to give, then it's going to be hard to transcribe that to somebody. Hopefully they know how to spell your name. So whenever you have to give your email to somebody, you end up spelling your whole email out to somebody. And that's going to take time. Time is money when it comes to marketing, and you don't want to lose time, and you also don't want to lose the contact by giving them the wrong email. Okay. One thing I do like about the first dot last name emails is that if I'm actually targeting a particular nursing home and I'm trying to get the email of that DON and they don't have a business card of that DON, but then I see another person's business card and that's how they set it up, all I do is I end up asking that front desk person, hey, can you spell out the full name of your DON? Because by me having that, I already know how to get their email. Because if, let's say the social work, let's say the dietary manager's email is john, .cruz at, cnc.com, all I need to know is what the DON's name and first name dot last name at their website. So if a company I'm trying to target has that makes it easier for me. But for you guys, you need to be able to keep your emails simple, okay? I've even seen where they just use the first name's initial, the last name, at the company's website, or the person's first name and then the last name's initial at. That could be better than the first dot last, or the first initial, and last name. So you want to be able to pay attention to what you guys are doing as a company to make things easier for your employees. Not making it easier for people inside to make the email, but making it easier for people to contact you directly. Another choice of email is the title. So if a person's a DON, it's DON at the company's website, right? That right there is perfect. And it goes by both ways. It goes by the employee having that email, and it goes by easier for the person trying to contact that employee. But it's also easier for companies. The reason for that is, listen, we have a lot of turnover in this industry. I've seen agencies go through DONs twice a year sometimes. And, what's hard is to have somebody's email. Let's say, for example, you have John Cruz as your DON this month, right? And all of a sudden John Cruz leaves, but everybody else out there who has the contacts for the company knows their email is John Cruz. That can cause difficulty for you guys later on. Whereas you just have a DON at cnc.com right there alone. When the new DON come in, you can get the new password, give that DON that email, and they can continue on using that email. So you guys want to pay attention in your strategies for your emails and how you guys create them right there. So I hope this quick video talking about emails, I know it can be boring, but I can tell you one thing. A lot of companies have lost contacts. A lot of companies have lost referrals, and a lot of their email is not the best email that they should have had. So I hope this video helped you guys out. My goal here at Home Health Success Academy is to be able to give you guys every resource, whether it's a boring topic like this, but this is a very important topic. Sometimes the most boring topics are the most important topics. So you guys have to make sure you watch a lot of our videos. Hey, just to let you guys know, by the way, 10xpatientreferrals.com is up. It's our online learning platform. Get into that website. It has all the information that you need to be able to create a successful marketing strategy and to market your company out there to get more patients and more referrals. It's a membership program. There is nothing that's going to hold you back as a contract. It's month to month if you want to. So take advantage of that, program we're offering. And so if you have any questions, give us a call at 863-333-6050 or shoot us an email. We definitely want to be able to help you guys out. This is Michael with Home Health Success Academy. Always understand that home health marketing is easy when you guys know what you're doing.